Hi there, welcome into Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips 2021. I am here to stop by and talk a little bit about Feng Shui as it relates to your bedroom. Very important topic this week. It's come up a lot in my circles of conversation. I don't know about you, might have something to do with that supermoon we just came out of. I'm Lisa Albin. I am the owner of Cloud9 Feng Shui and the co-founder at the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui. And one of the hottest topics in general from all walks of Feng Shui, all Feng Shui perspectives, is how to create that perfect Feng Shui bedroom. And one thing we can all agree upon in Feng Shui is the very ancient foundation of landform school. And being able to create environments that are not only beautiful and restorative, but also that feel supportive, safe, and secure. And all of those items I just mentioned are really extremely important in terms of getting quality sleep. And I'm showing you right now a client bedroom that is the before, and it may look very similar to your own bedroom. And there's nothing wrong or unpleasant here, but I'm going to point out a few things that may be detracting from the quality of sleep. And this client was relocating from one location to another across country. So we were able to maintain many of their favorite items and integrate in some more that were more supportive of their new lifestyle and also really functional. And beautiful to look at and help align more with the life that they were looking to step into in their new location. So here you see a standard lovely bedroom set, nice solid headboard. That's something that we look for in Feng Shui. We love the solid headboard. Going back to landform school, a solid headboard gives you a mountain energy of protection behind your head. And why is that important? Well, in ancient times, we found in exploring the world and nature and recognizing there are threats to our survival, that creating certain boundaries within where we built our cities and towns, the way that we set up our homes and the facings of our homes were really important so that we could see predators coming, so that we could see resources better, and that they were plentiful, and that we weren't in any way unprotected, not only from predators but also from the elements. So it was extremely important to have a mountain energy of protection to the back and either side, and then visibility to resources at the front. So the basis of all Feng Shui, we're all looking to really find this landform, what we call an armchair effect, to make sure that we're feeling protected and that we can see who's coming towards us, and whether that be who or energy as well. And metaphorically also our opportunities are important to see, and any threats. And in this situation, we have a good setup where we're up against a solid wall. There are no windows. There's a nice sturdy headboard. The bedding is quite comfy and lovely. We see within the balance and harmony of this bedroom, there is an overwhelming presence of earth energy. And this might not be optimal for the space in which it is. And also we notice a lot of clutter items. It looks like items that are favorite to use before going to bed. There's the alarm clock. We see the humidifier, electronics, necessities. Maybe there's books piled up. And this is something that we all have on our nightstands that we need to keep in check. So remember, the clutter, I say, delicately, because sometimes there are necessities or things that bring us joy. But we don't want to have a lot of visual noise around our headspace while we're sleeping. And also we want to take a look and evaluate, so if you see here, edges that might be pointed directly at our heads while we're sleeping. So that is called a poison arrow. in Feng Shui, and that can detract from our quality of sleep. Perhaps if the bed were at a different height and angle, the poison arrow wouldn't be directly pointed at whomever is lying here. It does help that there is a rounded object placed on top to help soften that edge. It would also be an option where we could put a tapestry draped over to soften an edge. So there's lots of Feng Shui cures we can put into place here. Anyway, so this is just an evaluation of their before setup of their bedroom, and nice pairs here showing two in equal space on either side is quite nice. We want to make sure that there's a quality for the partners. Even if you don't have a current partner, you want to make sure that your bedroom is such a way that it would be inviting to a partner. So that's a fun Feng Shui quick tip for you if you're looking to bring in a relationship energy. Make sure you're inviting it. Make sure you're including it, and that there is an equality of space. There's not a lot of artwork in this bedroom. They do have some art on the opposite wall here that we can't see out of view. And we see that there are suitcases at the foot of the bed. My clients traveled quite often, so there's a little bit of need for additional storage. They did have another tall dresser off to the side that you can't see. And I like that they did have the air quality instruments in place to make sure that they had optimal air. You could have a dehumidifier, a humidifier. You can filter your air. So all of these things are important and valuable, but there's a place for these too. If it makes a noise, you don't want to have it too close to you so that it's distracting. And also take a look at the slope of a ceiling too as it moves towards your head. So if there is a downgrade slope, that would put pressure on you as you're sleeping, so that might not be ideal, and that would be something you would bring a Feng Shui professional in to evaluate and give you suggestions on things that you could do to help energetically raise that slope ceiling or position you in a better way that you're not being oppressed by that energy. So all of these things taken into consideration can either hurt or help you as you're having your sleep, and we want you to have quality sleep. And these are things to take into consideration too for your children. If your children aren't getting restful sleep, that means they might be having more problems at school, more behavioral issues, and that's not good either, right? So I'm going to show you also what their blank bedroom looked like before we put any furniture in. Now, walking into their new home, it was a blank slate, which was really, really exciting. I got to pick out the wall that we would place the bed, and I decided to place it directly in between these two windows. And I decided that along with a client that we were going to find furniture that was more fitting to them in their new home, to have more of a beachy vibe to it and meshing with some of their current items. So we did evaluate and look at some different furniture. And I'll give you another view of it just so you can have a better idea. So this is just a basic rendering that I was playing around with to give you an idea of the space. And so I decided to place the headboard up against in between the two windows so that it had a solid backing. Nice tall headboard, really, really important. And we invested in a secret weapon, I call it, the foot bench at the foot of the bed. So it's good for concealing things. It's good for sitting down and putting your shoes on if you like to put your shoes on at this stage, getting undressed. And so in Feng Shui also, mirrors are typically a no-no in a bedroom because they have too much energy. This bedroom was extremely large and it could accommodate one for one reason. And that's because a mirror wouldn't be pointed directly at the bed. And so if you have enough space to afford placement of a mirror, make sure that you never point the mirror at your bed. And if you do, quiet it with a tapestry or turn it around if you can. And going back to some of the layouts, there was also another door to consider. So there was a door that was an entrance into the room. When you're placing the bed, you never want to have your feet facing out the door. There's lots of folklore behind this, and the folklore is that when someone would pass away, they would be carried out the door feet first as part of the burial proceedings. And so that's the folklore behind it. But energetically, you don't want your feet pointed out a door because of the yang energy that's going to be coming from that doorway. You're never going to rest well. There's ways that you can mitigate that energy if you're in that situation. And again, that's something that we can help you with as Feng Shui consultants. So in this instance, the mirror placement was angled in such a way that if you were in bed, you could sit up a little and have visibility of that mirror reflection and see if perhaps the kids are coming into the master bedroom. So that would be important, or if someone was approaching you. And then also in this instance, we did allow for her to have a TV. In modern Feng Shui, we do allow for electronics, and we just make sure that there are ways that we can work with the electronics, so that they're not disruptive to you while you're sleeping. I myself have a TV in my bedroom. Feng Shui professionals all around the world will tell you TVs in a bedroom are a no-no. But if there's ways that you can conceal your TV to help you rest and turn off, that is advised. So here's a lovely furniture that we co-created together to place within the bedroom. We created a nice seated vignette for her and her husband to sit and enjoy coffee and be able to look out onto their porch, which had a nice, beautiful water view. And we picked out some really cool solid wood furniture, and we didn't want to get too matchy-matchy, so we added in some different textures of wood, some different wood cuts, so slightly different color variation. That had a nice aged, beachy look to it. And then we really loved the nightstands that we found from Crate and Barrel that had a trunk or a travel feel to them. So really, really lovely setup for this lovely couple in their new home to give them more, a better shot at getting more sleep and more rest and more restoration into their lives. So we did bring in some plants and put them in the corners here. They were really, really beautiful. I'll show you birds of paradise. They were white birds of paradise. And I thought I had the picture pulled up. Oh, here we go. So really, really lovely. Now, a lot of Feng Shui professionals will say plants are a no-no in the bedroom. Some people are sensitive to plants and some people aren't. And I happen to be one who is not. I love plants. I do bring them into the bedroom. But obviously, you don't want them to overwhelm your space. There are even Feng Shui cures and rituals that involve multiple plants in BTB Feng Shui. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out to me. You can find me on my website and follow the links in the description to learn more. So this is just a sneak peek at the final product. We did not add in any of the personal artwork because we wanted to have that discussion when they arrived. But things that I would suggest to further enhance this space would be to place some artwork above the headboard here that would have some balance, perhaps some symbology showing pairs and equality would be really lovely. We did keep with the same lights and with intention place them to soften those harder edges and made sure that the bed was raised up enough that the edges were not pointed at the body while they were lying down. So these were just a few tips and an evaluation that you can have a behind the scenes view of Feng Shui in the bedroom. If you would like to have your home evaluated, if you would like to have a modern Feng Shui assessment done by me, check out Cloud9 Feng Shui and click on Feng Shui for the home to get started on your process. I'm Lisa Albin with Cloud9 Feng Shui and the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui. If you want to learn about Feng Shui DIY, check out that link in the description below. And I'm a part of a beautiful family of Feng Shui practitioners, the International Feng Shui Guild. So lots of information you can explore if this is something that's resonating with you. Before I go, fun tip I wanted to implement. So a little bonus tip is crystals. I work with a lot of crystals in Feng Shui. This is a bar of selenite. Now, selenite is a crystal that you can charge, install with your blessings, but you can also use it to clear energy as well. It's a beautiful crystal to use in various situations, but this tip relates to the bedroom. So if you have children or you yourself or who are having any issues sleeping or resting at night, get a bar of selenite or a piece of selenite and slip it under the mattress, and with your intentions to have a restorative night's rest. And let me know in the comments if it works for you. It's a favorite tip of mine, and passing it along to you. So please do enjoy. Many blessings times 9. See you next time.